transportation, going back and forth, home or commuting, personal and miscellaneous. And so the school generally makes a standard cost of attendance that hopefully, and we call it sometimes budget, that students follow. And so hopefully they stay within that budget in order to keep this program more affordable for them. The hidden cost for many students, and I'm sure, again, my seniors on the call, is there may have been application fees, there may have been interview expenses. Spring break comes, you want to do something. That's a cost. Study abroad, huge, 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 huge. So these are some of the costs that you're not even thinking about until they actually happen. And there are plus of other hidden costs that are on the table. But these are some of, I think, some of the real kind of everyday hidden costs that you don't think about, and they happen relatively quickly. I was going to go to the next slide. So Iris, for now, because we're having some technical issues, if you just click on public college, that'll give a sample of a cost of attendance.
Public college?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So if you scroll down, click on tuition and fees, please. And undergrad tuition. Thank you. And you can scroll down. So this gives you, if you go down a little further, so this is the tuition. Okay, this is tuition. You can come out of this one. You can come out of it, just X out of it.
Okay.
Yep. And let's go to the private college one. There we go. Scroll up or down.
I got you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Further.
Yep. Yep. Hit on undergrad. Thank you. So this is a sample of what the cost of attendance is. So as you can see, there's tuitions, mandatory fees, other fees, book and supplies, room and board, travel and personal. If you scroll down, you'll see the total cost. And so this is Howard University. This is on their website. The total cost is $47,000 and change. So again, if you go back up, Iris, tuition was 24. So tuition is almost 50% of what the cost of attendance is. And so a lot of times students and families, they just stop at tuition and not think of all of these other variables that make up the full cost of attendance. And so each school has one of these. It's on their website. When you get your award letter, it should be part of your award letter. As you can come out of this and you can go back. But this is key because it is this cost of attendance that you need to be apprised of so that you have a better idea of what the cost is if you also have to come out of pocket. And you can come out of this slide, Iris. And this is, I'm going to, oh my gosh, I can't even share my thing because I don't even know. All right.
You can share.
I can't even get to the features. The screen I have is so small, I don't have access to the functions.
Okay.
So yeah. So on the, you can leave it there. And guys, I apologize. So the main part of this conversation was the award letter.
Vern, you want me to show
Yeah.
my sample award letter?
If you can, that would be great. That means Iris has got to let you
Who's
have
that?
access to share. That was BB.
Hi, B.
Hi, hon.
So I'm gonna give access for you to share.
Okay.
Yeah.
One sec.
And you know what I'm gonna do? Like this, I don't know what the heck this is. There we go. I'm in.
Got it?
Finally. Yeah.
Okay. See, just because B was willing to step in.
I'm still let B step in.
Okay.
No, you can go on and
Okay. Jesus.
So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and give you permission.
All right. So
Okay.
there we go. Cool. And
Hey, look at that.
okay.
Teamwork.
Hello. Welcome back. Hello, guys. So this is a standard award letter. It will have, I'm sorry?
Hit F5, Vern.
F5. I'm on a Mac, so there's no.
Oh, so your equivalent.
Well, this is not in PowerPoint. This is just a PDF. So this is what you want me to do.
Full view, yes.
Okay, cool. So this is what a standard award letter looks like. It would come from the office, either say Office of Financial Aid or Student Financial Services. It would have the name of the school. It would have the award year on there, the academic year or financial aid term. It will have the date on there, your name, address, your school ID, whatever they assign you. And it should say, dear, your name. And then it has basically saying what you're eligible for. This information also includes some instructions. So you want to read it thoroughly because there are key things in there that requires you to take action. And so if you don't, you can see this and you're like, oh, great. They're giving me $72,000 in scholarship. But if you haven't accepted the aid here, you didn't get anything. Like it's been you've been notified of it, but it's not applied towards your account. So you see here where it says accept, that means you have to take action. So if you don't read it thoroughly, you can miss opportunities and funding because you just didn't follow the instructions. So typically what the award letter will give a breakdown is the type of aid that you're eligible for. So in this case, grants and scholarships, which is again, free money. You don't have to return it. You don't have to pay anything back. It will break it down. Sometimes it breaks it down per semester. In this case, this is the breakdown, fall semester, spring semester. And then it gives you the total over here. So you see this Joseph Collins Scholarship. It means this is only happening in the fall term. It's not going to happen in the spring. And so even though the student is eligible for $72,000, they're only getting a portion of that full amount in the fall. Then what we call self-help aid is another word for loans. And so this student is taking out about $16,000 in loans. And there's various types of loans. There's loans that your school may offer, and then there's federal loans. And so loans is what you actually have to pay back. And so the student total package is $88,518. And more than half of that is coming from grants and scholarships. And so you review this, you usually have to sign off on it and return it back to the school. And you keep this for your records. So many of you who already may have award letters may look like this. It may be some variation of this, but the key thing is it should have the components that I've highlighted, which is the name of the school, your name on it, some type of identifier that the school has assigned to you, an ID. It should tell you what year the money is, the aid is for. And then it should provide instructions on what you need to do in order to accept the aid. The letter itself does not mean you accept the aid. So you want to follow instructions and see what that looks like. All right. Stop sharing. And we can go back here. Yes. So that being said, for many of you who may be still sitting on multiple acceptance, and if the deciding factor is the aid, then if you have questions about that, this is a great time to ask those questions, and I'm here to answer those questions. For my freshmen that are on here, kudos to you because you're way ahead of the game. And I think if by listening to this session, you will now be proactive and more prepared as you go through your freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And for my juniors, you now just got an early conversation of what you'll be experiencing next year. And my sophomores, you know, this is the time where you're like, okay, this just got real. So at this point, I'm available for questions. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, did you want to share the actual award letter, the one that we use at STEP?
Yeah, you can.
Iris, do I have permission to share my screen?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's do here.
There you go.
Okay.
Sweet. B, you want to talk about
And
it?
just do full screen.
Hold on. Let me just close. Okay. Moving that. And how do I get this out of the way?
The side, see the little tiny arrow in the middle of the document? Right.
Okay. Thank you. I'm on somebody's Mac.
And then go to your view. Go to your view of that document and you can do full screen.
I got it. Full screen mode. Ooh, no, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Much better. Well, this is old. As you guys can see, this is from 2011, 2012. This is my daughter's actual award letter from her freshman year of college. So what I want you to appreciate is, one, yes, you'll see the totals at the end, and it's broken down by fall, spring. But the way the awards are set up is the money that the school gives you is usually listed first. And these awards, as long as it doesn't say loans, you pretty much guarantee they're free money, right? Unless you're getting the Excelsior grant where you're not paying back in money, but you're paying back in service to New York. But what you have to ask is, this money was given to you for a reason. And what were the criteria for you to get this money so that this way you can keep it? So what some schools will not tell you is, sometimes the award is only for freshman year, because it's a recruitment award to get you there. And then they figure once you fall in love with the school, you don't want to transfer out. So the next year, you'll probably take out the loan to make up that money. For example, this Leadership and Service Award, it was for community service that my daughter did in high school. But she was going away to college and she knew freshman year was going to be rough. So she probably wasn't going to have the time to do community service in her freshman year, carrying a full course load. So we had to see whether or not that money was going to come to her the next year if she didn't do community service on campus. For example, this Alumni Achievement Award is a freshman only award for the honors that you won in high school. So even if she kept her GPA up at school, it wasn't a guaranteed scholarship for her second, third, or fourth year. And what you'll see here in the bottom for these totals, that total is $34,000. And when you first look, if you only look at the first couple of lines, you think most of this money is free money. What you're may not appreciate is that the last 3 lines, which are the biggest lines, the 4,000, the 2,000, and the 18,000, are loans. So the biggest portion of this award letter is actually the parent loan. So when you after you get your award letter, it's a good idea to break up the questions that you're gonna have and then get a financial aid officer on the phone and ask your questions. What do you need to keep the award? And under what circumstances is that award guaranteed? Okay, that was my little bit.
Thank you, Ms. B.
And whether it's for 1 year, all the years, or a semester.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, BB. Thank you, Iris. So at this point, is there any questions that you have?
I'm checking the chat as well.
Okay.
Okay, just see conversation and greetings in there. And so you can either open your mic and ask your question direct. Okay, something just came in. Do you ask them for the money? Solomon, you can open your mic and elaborate on that, because is that in relation to your awards offered that you have to accept? Could you please elaborate?
Solomon?
Or you can type it, Solomon. Maybe he doesn't have mic access.
Okay.
I'm wondering if he's asking, when you're on the phone with a financial aid officer, can you ask for if this institution's giving you aid?
Well, that's why we need clarity. It just says, do you ask them for the money?
Yeah, when Miss Vivi says that the 3 last lines, like they're the biggest one, they ask for it, or like how do they, like, how did that loan came?
Got it. So Solomon, so kind of short answer, yes, you can ask. So what happens is that when you're looking at colleges, the first thing you want to do is go to the school website. There's a financial aid tab, and generally there is, you can see what kind of money they offer. And so one of the things I really value when a student reach out to me is that they've done their homework. So if a student goes to my website and says, hey, Laverne or Miss Walker, I'm on your website and I see this scholarship, but I'm not really clear if I'm eligible for it. Now I can have a full conversation with that student. But if a student calls me and asks me for something that I know is on the website and they didn't look, I'm not as forthcoming with information, because I'm just, I just think that they didn't do their homework. So if you go to the school website and you make notes of all the aid that they said they offer, but then you still had a question about maybe how much do they offer? Because a lot of times they don't talk about the amount. They may just list the type of aid they offer. You can definitely reach out to them and ask them that question. And as far as when you submit your application and they do an evaluation, they will award the aid based on what you are eligible for. Does that, hopefully that answers your question.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sherry Ann, you have a question?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hi.
Is it typical for school to, my daughter applied to school and she has a couple of schools that she's narrowed down her choices for, but this particular school that she's looking at, we got the acceptance letter, but we haven't yet received the financial aid award letter. So she emailed someone today and the response was that not unless you accept would we then send you a financial aid packet, which hasn't been the process with the other schools. So is this customary for some schools?
Well, each school could do what they want. My thing is, I would think if they offered your daughter an acceptance letter, that is her acceptance. If she hasn't made a decision yet, that's you know, that's here or there. So it's interesting that they would posture in that space. So one of the other things that I try to tell parents is when you're selecting, helping your child select a school, it's not just the financial aid. What is the culture? What is the environment?
Mhm.
So I'm inclined to think like, well, if she has an accept, what does that mean? How does that determine her eligibility? Because that would presume, at least for nothing else, regardless of school, she should be eligible. She may be eligible for federal aid, and that could be grants or loans. So to not package a student at this stage, let me ask you this: was she on the wait list?
No, she wasn't. She applied very early,
Yeah,
and she was accepted pretty early.
yeah.
And
Is it her top? Is it her top choice school?
it is one of, yes, it is one of her top
Uh,
choices. Yes.
And you sent an email or you spoke to someone?
I sent an email. Well, after weeks of trying unsuccessfully to reach anyone by phone, which is understandable, but
Mm-hmm.
still a lot of them are working from home, and you would at least get a call back. But I am telling you, I spent literally the last 2 weeks every day trying
Hmm.
to reach someone at this
Hmm.
school. I've sent emails, I've had her email, but
Yeah.
today, after reviewing some of her emails and her original acceptance letter, I found someone's name, and that is the individual, I think, in
Hmm.
admissions that I was able to email, who responded almost
Hmm.
within 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
response was that it's an HBCU, one of them that she's looking at,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, and that was the response I got, which I was taken aback by,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. I've had
how are we to
in my
accept what, I,
yeah.
like you said, loans and stuff like that, yes, but there are other costs to consider, and I
Sure.
can't blindly accept, what
Sure.
we're not certain about. So
Sure.
that really,
Yeah.
threw me
That
off, and
so
turned me off,
so
actually.
yeah, I totally hear you. So in my 20 plus years, I've never heard such a thing. I and especially again, part of the admissions team is to partner with the financial aid office, because the moment a student gets accepted, that award letter is kind of the first thing that goes out along with everything else. And so,
Right.
because we all understand, for many families, it is part of the decision process. So
Definitely.
since it is one of your daughter's top choices, I would either try to find um, the director of the financial aid office, send
Mm-hmm.
them an email, and I hope the person who sent the email wasn't the director, because that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. And if that is the case, and I'm just saying this is how aggressive you need to be, then I would
Yes.
reach out to the director or the dean of the admissions office, because they may not be aware this is what's happening in the financial aid space, and they could be
Right.
losing valuable students because of this shenanigans.
Definitely. Thank
Yeah,
you. I
you're
definitely
welcome.
will.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. If you could, I'm just now curious. If you can privately IM me who that school was, I'm just like, what in the blue, man? So yeah, just send him privately, so we don't need to blast them out.
I will. I will.
Thank you, thank you. Any other questions? All right. Well, our time, I believe, is coming quickly to a close.
Good
Um,
time. I see BB. Okay, BB offered the Bronx Lab students
hmm
to share their award letters, and it can be reviewed to go through them, so that
Yeah.
they're making a decision based on your actual award letters. So
Mm. Yeah. So I'm going to put my email in the chat so you all can copy it. And if you have future questions, don't hesitate to email me. And I want to, in closing remarks, what I want to say to you guys is, one, I wish you all the very best in all that you do. I want you to stay safe in this space. But in addition to that, I think do not, to your best ability, do not feel overwhelmed in this process. I think Miss Jerry Ann is a perfect example of some of those barriers that we can encounter that literally would just have us be stopped. And for many of the students whose parents are not on this call, you may be navigating this on your own. And what I want to say is persevere. Don't let someone bully you through this process. You guys have key advisors. Miss Beebe, I know, is wonderful. She is an advocate for students. Miss Iris is another one. You guys got great, advisors and mentors that you can pipe into and not have to go through these challenges on your own if that's your case. And for those who this has been a smooth process, again, keep the good work up, stay safe, and I wish you all the very best. So thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much, Laverne. Thank you to everyone that attended. This has been streamed live on YouTube, so you can see most of it there. We didn't get the beginning part. Also, we will be doing this again, so tell your schoolmates, tell your friends that these resources are available.
Yeah.
Look out for the posts. You are now connected to us, so you can connect others to us, and just look out for details. The same way you receive this, you will receive that. And we again thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your week. Continue to be safe and stay healthy.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.